All right, so haven't gotten your name yet.
My name is Dale.
I'm Jeff.
Nice to meet you, Jeff.
Yeah. Just for the camera, we just found out that we go to the same church but different locations, and but so we don't know each other.
No, we
because
don't.
of that. So,
First time we met.
yeah. So, but you've heard my question. What do you think happens after this life? So, where are you at right now?
What
with
happens
that?
after your life is you either end up in I'll use generic terms, heaven or hell.
Yes.
And how the decisions you make on earth while you're alive depends on where you go. If
Okay.
you don't put your trust in Jesus Christ as your Savior, you don't make it to heaven.
Yeah. And is that something you did? Like
Yes.
in was it a gradual process, or did it happen? Quickly,
It was
or-
gradual, and I did not think I needed Jesus Christ because I thought that was for weak people.
Uh-huh.
Till my life started to fall apart, and I remember laying in bed, flat on my back, and started crying, and the tears were running down, and it sounded like drums hitting.
Wow.
In my ears. And I said, God, if you are who you say you are, I put my trust in you.
Yeah.
And I would love to say I got the next morning, the birds were singing. Not much change, but I had a different attitude. I had a different calmness.
So it sounds like you came into that having some kind of knowledge about God, right?
Yeah, I grew up, I went to a Catholic grade school, grew up in a Catholic church, met my wife, who was a Christian, and started going to Maple Lawn Christian in Joliet with her, and listening, and basically comparing. Well, they always said this, and you're saying that, and not ever reading the Bible.
Yeah.
And now, since those of you who go to Mission Bible, Pastor Dave, when he first came to Mission, he says he reads the Bible cover to cover every year.
Wow. Yeah.
And I did not do that the first year, but ever since then, so however many years he's been here, take 1 year off of that, I've done that every year.
That's cool. Wow, that's a lot. So how many chapters?
20. Oh, I put it on my. Now I used to read it. Truth be known, now I listen to it. I put my headphones on, and when I'm walking, I listen to it. So, and I just go from one to the other, and by the end of the year, I'm done.
Yeah.
So cutting the grass, I'll listen to it cutting the grass. I've got a little cheat sheet at home that I mark.
So you don't read it. You read it like you read or listen to it straight
page one,
through.
Yeah.
Okay.
I used to do it different ways.
Yeah.
This just seems easier to me.
Yeah. I have an app where it's actually 10 chapters a day.
Yeah.
But from different parts of the Bible.
And I used to do that, and that was fine. But this just seemed easier to me, that I'm more on task, that I know, when I'm halfway through. I know when I'm a quarter way
everyone's
through.
different.
Yeah.
And some people read, in the morning, some at night.
I'll be honest with you. There's something I've read for 15 years, and the 16th year I'll hear it, and it'll sound different.
Yeah.
And it's
that's,
like, wow,
I think that's why it's called
amazing.
God's living
It
word.
is. It is. And it's different for me than you. You will read the exact same thing. It'll strike your heart different than mine.
Yeah. I remember once I was filling in for our pastor, and he wanted me to preach on a parable. So I decided to go out, and instead of asking my regular question, which is, what do you think happens after this life? I had the parable printed on a piece of paper. It was the parable of the wheat and the tares.
Yes.
And I didn't have like the whole Bible, because sometimes people get intimidated by that. I just had it like written right there, and I asked 13 different people that week in preparation for the sermon what they thought of it, and I got 13 different answers.
Yeah.
And that was really interesting. I couldn't come up with 13 different answers. For different interpretations of it. And the nice thing about that parable is Jesus then does interpret it.
Yes.
Yeah. And so then I would show them, this is what it means, because Jesus, who told the parable, here he is telling it.
Yeah.
And so there's parts where we should take it literally, and that's what the parable means.
Yeah.
Even if it hits us differently, different times.
Yeah.
Jesus definitely had
at different times your life stuff will hit you.
Had a main point. Yeah. How old were you when you had this?
Like 45 years old.
Was it
in my 40s?
Just life?
Yeah. I was just previous to that. I was a construction worker, and I was basically at the top of my game in that. In my hobby, people were coming and asking that I looked up to, were asking me questions, and just life was going great. Then all of a sudden it started to collapse.
Yeah.
That I was accused of stuff that I didn't even think of. Not only did I not do, I didn't even think of, and just things started to unravel, and it just everything started to unravel, and it's like I can't fix it.
Yeah.
I was always the guy that pull up your bootstraps.
You've been married for a while?
52 years.
No, at that time.
Oh yes,
yeah. So your wife, was she were you already attending that the Christian church, the
yes
Protestant church with her?
Yeah.
So you had heard a lot, like the gospel maybe preached a little more clearly than in your Catholic background. And suddenly it
started to make sense, and like I said, I just put my trust and faith there, and so
how has your life changed since then, Dale?
Yes, I still have ups and downs. I still struggle, but for the most part, it's a peace. It's a peace.
A peace? Oh, a peace.
I have peace.
Piece of work.
I am a piece of work. No, it's I look at the world different.
Yeah.
I was asked to say something just before the election at Mission Bible in Morris, and I had a great big piece of paper. About midnight, I got up. I couldn't sleep, and it's like, they don't need to hear this. You know what they need to hear? God's in charge.
Yeah,
that's it. I don't care who wins. God's in charge.
Yeah,
and that's basically what I said. And a few people asked me, "Okay, what were you going to say?" But it was more like a history lesson, and it's like history makes no difference. God's in charge.
Yeah,
So
I mean, Jesus said, like, there's a peace that passes all understanding.
Yeah.
And so to try to explain that to non-believers, we don't even understand.
No,
that,
no, it's hard. It's hard. At one point, construction was, I did concrete work, so I didn't work if it rained or if it was freezing out, or it rained for 3 days. I couldn't get a truck in, so I didn't work. So when you don't work, you don't make any money. And I know Mobile Oil was going to put people on, and a friend of mine that worked there was at Mission, Minooka Bible Church, said, "Why don't you try that?" And you take this test and this test and this test, and I made it all the way down, and didn't get selected. And it's like,
that
God,
was like right before that.
It was after that.
Oh, okay.
But it was one of those things where God, you open the door, I'll walk through it. You shut it.
Yeah.
I'll move on to something else.
Yeah.
It's not meant for me to be. And
I think the peace comes from knowing that, like you say, God's in charge.
God's in charge. Yeah.
And so
not me.
Yeah.
As much as I want to be.
Yeah.
As much as I want to be.
I feel like God is not only is God in charge, like, so we're accountable to Him.
Yes.
For using whatever position in life or whatever skills and talents, whatever we have, we're accountable to Him. And that would be, to me, that would be really a lot of pressure, except I know that God also knows everything about me, and He knows if I'm...
He knows me better than me.
Exactly. And He knows what He can expect from us, and we don't have to explain anything to Him. We don't. It's not like a boss where we say, "Well, I didn't get this done because of this and this and this." No, God knows all of that.
It's the song, the hymn, "Come as You Are."
Yeah.
For years, my wife and I worked at Mission on the food pantry, and some people say, "Oh, I'd like to come here, but if I come here, the rafters will shake." And I said, "Well, Jesus says it's the sick that need the doctor, not the well."
Yeah.
You really said that? I said, "Yeah." So if this was all for well people, this place would be empty.
Do you still help with that?
No.
Oh, okay.
I do now. I've never drank coffee in my life, but now I do the coffee ministry. I help once a month with the coffee ministry out there. I do
you
what I
try it. It's kind of good.
Yeah, no, I don't need it. Another vice I'd have to try to kick. But no, it's when needed. I'm asked to serve communion sometime. When we do give out food at Thanksgiving and Christmas, I volunteer for that out there at Mission.
Yeah.
During Spy Kids, again, I'm a retired construction worker. I was there early in the morning and late in the afternoon for parking lot detail.
Okay.
So
it's wonderful. I come from a very small church where you kind of, if you're going to be in the church and any kind of leadership or help at all, you kind of have to wear a lot of hats.
Yeah.
There's not enough people to do everything. Yeah. So, and it's nice to be a part of a larger church where I can just kind of fit in as needed, or whatever.
And I enjoy that you're doing.
It's so much bigger than myself.
I enjoy that you're doing this, because I'm not on Facebook and I'm not on this. But in my philosophy, one of my philosophies in life, in all the organizations I've been a member of, I try to make it better than when I got in.
Yeah.
And I'll jump. When I was in the union, I was on the board. In some of the clubs
Yeah.
I belong to, I've either been president or on the board or done something. And if they need volunteers for a speaking thing, I'll do that just to share my views, but just try to make things better. And
Yeah.
same thing with church.
Yeah.
When they need something, hey, if I'm willing to do it,
Right.
I'll do it.
Yeah, that's good to hear. We need more people to do that.
Yeah.
And
some of the enjoyable stuff is I went on 2 of the trips to Israel that Pastor Dave organized, and just sitting on a piece of a Roman column, listening to my neighbor preach out of the Bible was like, and I had to sit back and say, do you know where you're at? Do you know what's going on here?
Right.
And Dave asked me to do a few things, and again, it's just.
You ever go to Master's Men?
No. Yes, I have.
That's what got me first interested in the church.
Okay.
We were going to church hop and visit different churches around the area, and Mission was our first one that we went to. And I heard about the men's breakfast.
Yeah.
And I went to that, and it was like, okay, this is our church.
No, it's a great. It's Pastor Dave's passion. It's a great thing.
Yeah.
When I was working and involved in organizations, Saturday morning was my time to spend with my wife.
Yeah.
And for me to get up early and go and then come back, and then it just seemed like everything was out of sorts.
Yeah.
So it was like easier. And then even though I'm retired now, it's I do go
habit.
once in a while. There's a missionary that comes when he's in town and he's going to be there. He calls me up or invites me, and we sit and talk and stuff.
Yeah,
so,
that's cool.
Good
to talk to you. And,
good to talk to you. Nice to meet you.
Do you have anything you'd like to say to Mission Bible Church? Catch you on the spot here.
Don't take this church for granted. It's a great place with great people. If you have a need, let someone know. There's people in this church that really want to help, really want to do stuff, but they don't know how. And back that little place they called the Red Room.
Yeah.
That was the church when I was there. There was none of the addition stuff when I first started.
Yeah.
And somebody would stand up and say, I need. And within a couple of days, somebody said, well, I can't, but I know somebody that can. And it's a very, very loving church.
Yeah.
If you let it be.
Yeah.
And we are so blessed with all the pastors that we have.
Yes, we are.
We are so blessed with all the pastors that we have.
Yeah.
Don't take that for granted.
Yeah. So. Yep. God is good.
Yeah. All the time.
I'm going to pray with you after I turn this off. So.
Okay. Yeah.
All right.